For over the past 9 years, this channel has been dedicated to gaming content from GTA, Mafia, Red Dead, the list goes on and on. And throughout the early days of the channel, for my Q&As, various comments and videos, live streams, and posts on the social medias that we happen to have, some of you have been asking for a cooking channel or a cooking series. Well, I have great news for each and every one of you. Starting today, the channel is officially rebranded to GB Cuisine. Well, GB Cooks was taken, GB Cooking was also taken, so we're going with GB Cuisine. I mean, there's a lot of different cuisines in the world. You got Asian cuisine, you got Caribbean cuisine, American, Mexican cuisine. The list goes on and on. There's a wide assortment of types of meals that we're going to be able to prepare on the show. I have a few examples today in the initial pilot episode that I think you'll enjoy. And I have hours and hours of expertise and knowledge from watching the American version of Kitchen Nightmares, even some British version of Kitchen Nightmares, and several seasons that I've watched of Hell's Kitchen in order to assure that I have Master Chef qualities and perhaps even a future Michelin star with my name on it one day as we prepare to launch the initial episode of GB Cuisine. And today is the day we officially launch that series in the channel. And without further ado, let's get on to the kitchen. Let's make some food. Let me show you some meals and some different snacks and desserts, appetizers that I have in store for you. Now I'm going to prepare a snack for you. It could also be used for an appetizer for a dinner, which contains no carbs, completely healthy. It's my spin on cheese and crackers. Instead of crackers, I use something else. And I also like to use, of course, a good quality cheese and some Gouda from the Netherlands. And you're probably wondering, well, what are you going to use for your supplement for the cracker instead of obviously crackers? What else do you have in mind, Chef GB? So instead of crackers, we're going to be using beef jerky. So we get a little bit of cow action, you know, whether it's the milk that makes the cheese or the meat itself that made the jerky. So we're going to go ahead and make ourselves some beef jerky crackers here real quick. And on top of the beef jerky crackers, we're going to put some cheese. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So we got the cheese going on top of the beef jerky. And it's an excellent alternative to cheese and crackers because you have the dairy product in the cheese, and of course you got the protein in the beef jerky, and it all comes from cow. And it's definitely a very healthy alternative snack or appetizer. Our next dish is going to be lunchtime themed. So you want to fix something delicious, yet at the same time not too filling. You like sandwiches, but it's too much carb. You don't really want fried food or anything that's too unhealthy. Solution I come up with is a wrap, which includes obviously a tortilla and some meat. I'm gonna go with turkey here. You can do whatever you want. Chicken, beef, ham, bologna, etc. But for this particular dish, we're going to take one tortilla and we're gonna wrap it in some meat to create what I like to call based turkey wrap, which includes no cheese, no mayonnaise, no mustard or honey mustard, no cheese, no cat meowing at me. Though cat would be really delicious on a wrap probably if he doesn't stop annoying me while I'm trying to do my cooking show. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this tortilla and fix it up really good. Now, for the record, if you want to add cheese or honey mustard or mayonnaise or whatever you want to add on your wrap, you do you. But we're going with basically a based turkey wrap today. Now, if you want to add something to the side, say some chips or crackers, or even say some more cheese, that's totally fine. We're gonna take a few pieces of cheese and then just scatter it over here. So there you go. That is lunch, the based turkey wrap. Now let's talk dessert. You're looking for something delicious yet not crazy, like a cake or pie or some other forms of confections. our delicious cat treat like my sous chef over here. Let's just say you want to go with something that is, tasty, yet at the same time healthy. So what you will need for this particular snack is a tortilla. I do like to use tortillas because low in carb, they got fiber, good combination there. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some local honey and we're going to put the local honey on the tortilla. And that's what I would recommend. Go with local honey. It's better for you than the corporate store-bought stuff. Plus it's local, it can help you with allergies. Plus it'll have a unique local taste. So always be on the lookout in your local grocery store for local honey. And then we're gonna take the honey and we're going to wrap it in the tortilla and have our very own honey wrap for dessert. So that is gonna be a delicious lunch treat. And to make sure that we don't have any honey drip out, we'll fold it back like that. So there you go. Perfect for dessert, quick to make, the honey wrap. Cuisine doesn't only cater to humans, we also cater to our furry friends, such as my 16-year-old cat, which requires a specific type of cat food. In this case, specifically to a 16-year-old long-haired poofball cat who cannot eat hard food and has a special dietary need for improving her kidney conditions. For this, we're going to fix her some canned cat food. Now, what I like to do, in order to make sure she eats as much as this as possible, is to open a can and cut it in half. So we're gonna cut it in half, put half of the canned food in the bowl and put the other half in the fridge to be used in a few hours from now. And now what I like to do, sorry about that noise, is mash up the cat food just a little bit. It's a pate. I believe it's a chicken. This particular prescription is supposed to be good for my cat's kidneys. So we're gonna get this nice and crushed up for her. And then it'll be good to go. Very fresh and good quality pate cat food. Just exactly the way she likes it. Now the problem with my cat is she won't eat it all in one sitting. And later on, I like to mix it up with a little bit of water in order to keep it as moist as possible for my cat. So there we go. Have some cat food right out of the can. Fresh and delicious treat for my poofball. So, none for you. No, none for you. And for my other cat, well, he cannot have the canned cat food, even though he's very good at sneaking himself a few bites. He's supposed to have dry cat food. Therefore, I have prepared a bowl and some dry cat food just for him. Enjoy your meal. Now for my dog Edward, I have prepared him some dry dog food. I believe it's a lamb and chicken, as well as a milk bone for dessert. And he likes to have his dessert first before dinner. Typical. But here we go. Take the food and there, put it into the bowl. Now we're going to do my take on ramen. A little spin on it I learned when I was a kid, and we're going to do it a little bit differently. It can serve as a really good appetizer for almost any kind of meal. So we have the ramen, we have some water, and then what we're going to do is we're going to boil the water for a few minutes and then put the ramen in the bowl in order to get the noodles soft. That way we're able to eventually consume the ramen. Why did I switch videos from GoPro to iPhone for the rest of this video? Because my GoPro crapped out on me, that's why. We've only had it for like 2 years. I bought it for the 2021 air show that Riley and I went to. We used it a few times in between 2021 and 2023. We also used it for our Texas trip back in October 2022. And most recently for this past weekend's 2023 air show, where I'm still recovering from sunburn, by the way. It was a great show. Check it out on Riley's channel. But maybe it was because I put it up in the sun too many times because I was trying to film the jets and the planes flying by overhead. I don't know what the hell caused it to finally crap out on me. Maybe that's it. But I think that for a camera that we used for really not that much over the past 2 years, you think that this GoPro would have lasted a bit longer. But as they say, the show must go on, And so the rest of this video will be shot with my iPhone. Now that the ramen noodles have been properly boiled in water and oil, I have drained out the water, and this is where it gets a little bit, well, unconventional. I will dump the noodles in the plate, or on the plate, more specifically. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the season packet that came with this ramen noodles, and we are going to dump the seasoning on the noodles themselves. Now, I learned this when I was a kid growing up in East Texas, and we had a babysitter, and she was Mexican-American, and she liked to cook this for us all the time. She called this Mexican ramen. So in memory of her, hopefully she's still around, I'm gonna call it the same, Mexican ramen. A fusion, if you will, between Mexican and Japanese cuisine. All right, so now we've got the seasoning mixed in. I'm gonna use my left hand because I mostly am left-handed when it comes to cooking and like handling my utensils, plus trying to do this while holding my iPhone in the other hand. Not as easy as it looks, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead and show you the final product of quote-unquote Mexican ramen. So there you go, quote-unquote Mexican ramen with the ramen noodles cooked and drained of the water and the oil and mixed in with the seasoning. Now you could add any other sort of protein to this if you want, like chicken, pork, etc. Or you could go vegetarian with this, I presume, and just not have anything and just enjoy the noodles by themselves. Obviously, I'm not using chopsticks because I have no idea how to use chopsticks. You could also eat it with crackers or something else entirely. It's not really spicy. There's a little spice to it, but it's very salty. So I'd also recommend some water to wash it down with. All right, well, I think this is a good way to wrap up the first episode of mini planned. I'm going to be doing at least a few thousand episodes a year of GV Cuisine. And I think we put some good dishes out there, and I think we're gonna get some really good feedback, and I think that it's just gonna skyrocket from here to probably at least a bazillion views by the end of the day, because I feel like that I have what it takes to be a future contestant on Hell's Kitchen, maybe Hell's Kitchen 69.
Donkey!
Oh, wait, oh, hey chef.
Take your jacket off and fuck off!
Fine, jeez. Didn't want to be a chef anyway.